Hi everyone, this is the Critical G, and here is how to dismantle the wage gap myth in 2 questions. If you have spent less than 5 minutes in the company of feminists and are not familiar with the wage gap myth, it is the conspiracy theory spawned by women's studies departments that a woman will earn something like 75% of her male counterpart's salary for exactly the same job. Of course, in the real world, whenever you find a statistically significant difference in pay, you can't reliably extrapolate a prediction about an individual woman's prospects vis-à-vis a man's from differences between men and women as groups. Men and women as a whole, over the course of their work careers and all other variables taken into account, offer different benefits to their employers and incur different costs. They prioritize differently and make different life choices. All of this is quite obvious to any reasonable adult, that is, not feminists, who wallow in their self-congratulatory victimhood of believing that the man is keeping them down, even though they have master's degrees in women's studies and no marketable skills. Unfortunately, thanks to the general susceptibility of women to such stupid ideas, and the cowardly aversion of most men from taking women to task on this easy point, I guarantee you, correcting a woman on this is a great way to ensure you don't get laid. It has become a socially acceptable catechism to decry the ongoing discrimination against privileged upper-middle-class white women with no marketable skills, or who put in a few good years in their 20s and then check out of full-time work for the next 25 years. In Australia, it has got so silly that if a young woman indicates that she wants to start a family with her husband or boyfriend, an employer who starts looking around for a replacement can be sued. This has already happened numerous times. If you encounter someone reciting this myth, bear in mind that the onus is not on you to prove it, but on her to substantiate it. If someone claimed that we were created by space aliens as a giant experiment, the onus would be on him to prove it, not on you to disprove the fact of evolution. With this in mind, here is how to give a wage gap mythologist enough rope to hang herself with. 1. Why hire men? 2. Who is in on the conspiracy? Why hire men? Let's say that the wage gap myth is actually true, and women are paid substantially less for exactly the same job. In that case, why hire men? Wouldn't employers be falling over each other to hire women who can do the same work but are willing to work for less? And if employers are so keen to hire women, what is getting in the way of basic market forces that have always driven up wages when there is an increased demand for a limited supply of labor? If she is clever, your interlocutor will realize the silliness of the wage gap myth and save herself the embarrassment. If she is thoroughly demented, she will introduce a conspiracy amongst men to keep women in inferior positions. Again, this is a positive claim on her part. You are not obligated to disprove it. Second question, who is in on the conspiracy? If someone wants to go down the road of a grand conspiracy to keep women relegated to middle management, sit down, grab a drink, and try to keep a straight face. Let her do all the talking, and when she runs out of steam, smile condescendingly and tell her that you respect her superstitious beliefs, but you can't really take her seriously if she believes in things like a global male conspiracy, unicorns, and pixie dust at the end of the rainbow. So, what do you guys think of that? Feel free to comment down below, hit me up on Facebook or Google+, check out my blog, thecriticalg.blogspot.com. Link, like this video, make a video response, favorite if you really want to. Thanks for watching. You've been listening to The Critical G.